Hello everybody and welcome back to One Hub Racing, the Pinnacle tier. We are here tonight for the ERT Interlagos Brazilian Grand Prix for tonight. The championship is heating up and the championship leader is not here this evening, so that is going to make things very, very interesting indeed. I'm joined alongside Jamie as I have been all season. How are you doing?
Yeah, very good. I'm very excited for this. It should be an interesting race with see our three championship contenders all have different sort of experiences, so yeah, it should be good. And yeah, but Brazil always offers up good racing, and normally you get a bit of weather in play with Brazil, but I'm going to inform you that it is going to be a dry race all the way throughout, so we'll see the true pace of these drivers tonight.
Dry race all the way throughout, and we do have some engine penalties for you. It is Tom, the man in the Williams, and second in the championship, Lakitu and Konzo. Lakitu and Konzo had a bit of a rivalry according to our sources, but we'll see how that goes on tonight. Lakitu isn't actually here, he's having some PlayStation issues, but we believe he may be joining at some point, as there's the first lap of the afternoon set. That's for ERT Khalifa.
Yeah, obviously out in the medium tyres, so doing a bit of a Chalkers obviously right behind, so yeah, these guys on the mediums trying to set us off the race. And Henry, well, that's a great lap on the mediums, a 107.
And there goes Legend,
who needs to win tonight on pole position. He's in the 106s already.
Yep, he definitely could do with a win tonight. And I have the stream alongside me, and this is something to note. It is actually on the current time. There is zero delay on Twitch, so you are live with us. Absolutely live, as Samba only can go 7th with a bit of a bad lap. He'll be looking to improve on that. Ryder Dahl from Alfa Romeo is rounding the final few corners, entering Yunsao. As there goes, I believe that's J. Cole up to the top. That is J. Cole, the second man on the soft compound tyres. A lot of guys going for the mediums early on. You can fit about 4 laps, 4 flyers in here around the Autodromo Jose Carlos Pache. As here comes Ryder Dahl, goes to 5th across the line. Not bad, middle of the pack, middle of the zone. It's a 7-6 for the Alfa Romeo.
Yeah, good up there. Caught our data. The mediums around a second a lap slower than the softs, and there isn't much difference in tyre wear between the two. So the strategy tonight will for sure be soft, medium, soft. As TXM, who was returning after a few races out, is up to 2nd place, and he had a good race in Japan, but he hasn't really shown since then, so great to see him back and see how he can do. He's had some connection issues, I believe, so good to see him getting that resolved and back in the running. As yeah, a lot of guys out of mediums, so they obviously know it's going to be a 2 soft race, so they want to save a set of softs for the race, because they are the optimal race tyre tonight.
Yeah, it's an easy one stop around Brazil, but I just remembered myself that it's a 2-stop in rules, so that is going to be very interesting around Brazil, because it's a traditional 1-stop, and you do have to make a second stop, so it's going to be interesting to see how the drivers play this. Here comes Mane, as I believe Tom is currently on the intermediates. He doesn't want to waste any tyres in case of safety cars. Mane's gone to 4th, and that's a good lap for the Haasman.
Yeah, good lap there. Obviously, yeah, Tom was allowed to do obviously Tom, with his engine penalty, is allowed to do an in-lap to save his setup for the race, because sometimes the setups do get locked to a standard setup, so yeah, he's allowed doing an out-lap, and obviously on the as you'll be just, it doesn't even matter if he crashes really, does it? Because he's just, as long as he gets out there and locks the setup in, so that's what he's doing there. So yeah, good lap there. Larkin on the mediums, that's a great lap by Larkin on the mediums, just noticed there, 107.4, obviously Larkin's missed a few races as well, so see. He won't help his teammate J. Cole fight for that 2nd place constructors, because it looks like Williams got one hand on that title already.
Yeah, Williams have an absolutely outstanding lead. Just if you're wondering what that is, in the top of the standings is Williams with 183 points, and in 2nd is Alpine with 70. So it's over 100. It's 113 points lead with 3 races to go. I think it's already summed up. Or do we 4 races to go? 3 or 4, but I think either way it's summed up.
Tonight. I'm not sure. We don't have a permutation for that, but they might be able to secure it tonight. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, they've won it already. I can't see. I think Alpine have to do something incredible to claw that back, but yeah.
No, I think that is mathematically summed up, because it's 20 points for a win, of course. 21 with the fastest lap. Oh no, this is the constructors. Ignore everything I'm saying. Yeah, ignore that.
It'd be 38.
38.
Times 4. Yeah.
To be fair, it's almost still summed up anyways.
Yeah, it's going to be quite difficult for like the past few years with Mercedes and the constructors in real life F1. It's like it's theoretically possible they can lose it, but not likely. As there's a lot of guys now have gone through their sets of mediums and come out soft, so we see it a bit more as Conzo retires. Obviously, he has taken his engine penalty, so yeah, he'll start at the back of the grid, and hopefully Nikita will join and he'll be able to do the same thing. But yeah, as you mentioned, Nikita is having PlayStation issues, so he's having a good season as well. So he's desperate to join, I think, but it's just hardware is not playing ball at the moment. And we've got a purple sector for Owen in the middle sector.
We've been having a look here while we're chatting, and he's about to possibly break the top of the timing sheet. Oh, Samba's just did that. Owen goes to second. He would have been first if Samba was not just ahead of him. Tom is in our comments saying, of course, the game puts me last out of the guys starting at the back. Well, really, you'll be on the back row anyways, as Lakitu isn't here, and there's only 2 guys then taking engine penalties. Of course, you have to take an engine penalty once a season, as Chalker's getting a bit of a slipstream on his outlap. I don't think Mane is aware that it is an outlap, because Chalkers is absolutely pushing this one.
Yeah, I believe obviously I believe that's done on your car number. So if you have a higher car number, you will start further back.
Is it? I did not know that. That is something I've learned today. Every day is a school day.
Yeah. So if you've got number 2, you'd start ahead of everybody, but you've got number 98, I think that's the number you have in this game, and you start at the back. So yeah, that's how it's worked out. Cause,
there is a way to check what Tom's number is in our championship standings, and I am going to check that, because that's quite interesting.
Grid numbers are the same as on the game. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, they're probably not. But there is Nick gone to 7, so not bad for Nick. 1 driver of the day last week in Spain. He had a great result actually. Did really well, and there goes Larkin. We said he was quick. He's been the only driver in the top 5 not to take a visit to our One Hub Racing Pinnacle tier podium, and so far he's doing well if he wants to get on that tonight.
Yeah, he's the reigning position tier champion last season, and he's showing some good form. He's not going to win the title this year, but yeah, he's missed a lot of races, and he wants to definitely push for that top 10 in the championship, which is looking quite competitive behind the front few. As his teammate Jake will obviously having this really consistent season. He's just 5th, 4th, 5th, 5th, 7th. He's just the man in the midfield, and he's desperate for a podium. And maybe with Montana not here and Tom sat in the back, there's a great opportunity for likes of J. Cole and Larkin.
Yeah, apologies, I've completely mixed up Larkin and J. Cole. It's J. Cole who's 5th in the standings, not Larkin.
Yeah, it's alright.
As there goes Henry.
Henry gets pole. Henry does 2 poles already this season. He's looking for a 3rd. Obviously, who's your favourite of pole? It's between Legend.
There goes Legend. Legend
Legend
cannot beat him on a 2nd lap.
No.
So that is very interesting. I seen a hot lap posted by Samba earlier, and he managed to get a 106 flat. So there's still pace in that Red Bull. Of course, it's very difficult to hit those laps in a qualifying session, but there is still pace along the grid. Like, the Matter hasn't got a lap in yet. We'll see where he can go. I don't think he'll be challenging for pole today, but he was right up there for a moment in Spain.
Jump up here. Khalifa across the line. He goes at 6th place. So Khalifa up into 6th. Not too far off the pole as Nick's dumped down to 10th place. Yeah, Matter yet set lap time, and Matter has invalidated this lap, so he's going to have to come in the pits, I think.
There goes Ryder Dahl to 5th. That's another man up the top. The Alfa Romeo, fairly decent lap for him. Yeah. That's one way.
Final sector, so he's obviously got quite good straight line speed. That's what last sector's all about. It's all about the straight line speed. As I believe Mane's the next guy on the lap. He's improving in the 1st sector. Obviously, Mane had a really good qualifying last week. Not such a good race, but yeah, he can improve by a couple of attempts. He may be able to move up the order. He's improving in the 2nd sector, only just though. He's going to
bit of a wobble.
Up. Yeah, that might cost him any opportunity of bumping up. If he moves by a 10th and a half, he will bump up the J call. Let's say he does. He comes on the pit lane, takes the tight line, which saves you time. Cross line, what can he do? He doesn't want to. He does improve, but just 100th short of J. Cole.
It's very close in different patches. Like, this gap from Owen Wyatt to XL Larkin is very close. And then obviously look at the gap for pole, it's 0.025. That is exceptionally close. And the Matter is on a bit of a run here. It's not purple, but he's on a bit of a run. He's on a bit of a charge, so we'll see what he can do. These are 3-lap-old softs, so if you want to improve on these in the end of the session, get the best starting tyre. But as of right now, he's not in the top 10. You get a free choice anyways, but we'll see what he can do. It's a not too shabby second sector so far. We'll get the timing split as he heads through the downhill left-hander of turn 12. Only 2/10 off Henry for a sector, but yeah, it's invalidated again, unfortunately, for the Matter. And he's had a spin now. He will be taking a trip to some Interlagos grass. And, not really where you want to end up. Samba has gone purple in sector 1 for Red Bull. So Samba fancies himself back up to the top of the timing sheets.
Let's look out Samba in this championship. Well, he's not too far behind Legend, so Samba, if he gets the win, he could be out there as well. So Samba is definitely... He could contend for sure if he gets a strong result. So, see, they all need to win a race, I think. As TXM, he's on a good lap as well. He's improving. He's a few temps up, so TXM may put himself up into the first few places. But Samba, he's lost time in the middle sector, but he's not far of his personal best. So Samba can get a good run up the straight. He may still be able to push the pole position. What can TXM do? Cost time to third place. Good lap there.
That's a good lap from TXM, but here comes Samba across the line for Red Bull Racing. Can he go to the top? He absolutely can. It's very, very marginal, as the team has been this evening, but it's top of the timing sheets for Samba. Still in the 16.4s, so he's gonna possibly, he might just need a little bit more than that actually to take pole. Normally you wouldn't be saying that at this late in a session, but we might just see. Yeah, here comes Nick. He's 4/10 up. This has got to be a good lap for Nick. It's 8. That's not bad. Not bad at all.
Matt is still out on these softs, so Matt has got to pit, because if he gets in the top 10 on these tyres, he's going to have no grip for the race. I'm amazed Matt is still out there.
Just look how close. 4/10 or 4.5 separates first to 9th. That's exceptionally close for qualifying.
It's a short track as Matt goes to 13th place, so luckily for him, I suppose he spins again. He's not having a good time at the moment, is he? He spins in the centre S's, and that'll be his qualifying over. But I guess, thankfully, with these tyres, he's outside the top 10, I guess, because he don't want to start.
He can still actually make it back. He does have enough time. Yeah. Although, whether he'll get out again and... He'll get out again, but whether he'll make it in time to the line, that really just depends on himself and his pace. But it'd be very difficult from this point to improve on this lap. That's for sure. It'd be very, very difficult. As all the drivers pile into the pit lane. Not Ryder Dahl, though. He fancies going a little bit earlier than everybody. He's going to get a free track in front of him here. The only man in front of him is the Mercedes of Nick, who heads into the Brazilian Grand Prix pit lane. So we'll stick with Ryder Dahl as he heads through Yunsao and out up the hill here in Interlagos. Here's a fun fact for you. The engines lose almost 13% of their power due to the amount of downforce the cars have to have. That's due to the fact that the circuit is 800 metres above sea level. So there's your geography fact of the day. As Ryder Dahl heads through the Senna S's, revving 6th gear absolutely out of it, rides all over the curb, which is... you don't really go that much over, but it seemed to work from him. He's a 10th up in that middle sector.
Henry's got to get out of the way.
Yeah, he's invalid.
Distracted there, I think. Yeah, he got distracted there, I think.
Yeah, that's through the No, I'm not gonna pretend to announce Portuguese. I cannot speak the language. That would offend. Definitely offend some Portuguese nationals. As here comes J. Cole as he heads up through 7 and now through 8 down towards turn number 9. The Alpine man. Normally a bit further up than this. He's normally good in race conditions, better than qualifying though. That's been the theme for him throughout the season. 1 minute 40 left to go. Qualifying, this might be a last attempt for him. No, I think he's backed off on this one. Or has he?
No, he's still
going, still improving. Well, he backed off looking at the delta times, but here he comes. He's improving by a 10th, so he needs a little bit more in this last sector. Hooks a tight line as Nick is out of the session. Here comes J. Cole. It's not a positional improvement. He needs another lap under his belt. Legend is on a lap now. This is the one we're interested in. Can he manage to take pole position? This is the opportunity he needs, with Tom taking an engine penalty, with Montana not here for Legends Championship. He needs a win. Samba's still in contention as well. He's only 5 points behind the mighty Dutchman in the Ferrari as he heads round turn number 9, heading up towards turn 10. Not a great corner for Red Bull, that one. They'll have major throwbacks to 2019, heading down towards Yunsao, the final braking zone on the circuit. He hooks it around. This is a great lap for Legend Rosenberg. He's currently purple in the middle sector. He needs to run up the hill as he heads towards the line to what will be his final lap of the session, I imagine. Across the line comes the Ferrari. Is it pole position? It absolutely is. It's still might not be enough though, because Samba is improving on his lap. Henry's good. Henry's done. Henry hasn't validated, but Samba still has a chance to improve. It's purple sector 1 for ERT Samba on his current lap. That is what we need to be seeing if we're fans of Red Bull racing. The Red Bull pit wall will be looking at this anxiously. Samba heads through 9, all good through there. He's purple on the delta time in sector 1. We'll see sector 2 as he heads round turn number 12. He's just gone through 11. That's 12 there as he heads into Yunsao. It's a personal best for Samba, but he's improving by an absolute mammoth amount. Up the hill, can this Honda-powered machine just get up here quicker than the scarlet red Ferrari? Across the line comes Samba. It is pole position for the Red Bull man as Legend has backed off and there's no one else setting purple times. ERT Samba, the man who's 4th in the championship, beats the man who's 3rd and takes pole position for the Brazilian Grand Prix. Everyone else has really not had a good time in the last part of that qualifying session. Red Bull strike again. It's only a very good track for them. Samba takes pole.
Yeah, good luck by Samba. Legend doing what they have to do and take advantage. And yeah, I thought Samba seemed to have a really good middle sector. Lost some time in last sector, but thankfully that excellent middle sector meant he was just able to hang on for the pole. There's a rider down to a lot of guys. Obviously, just end the session now. I think until Legend retires. But yeah, Henry's up 3rd, so all the quick guys. And shout out to Larkin. I think Larkin had a really good qualifying there in 5th place. You haven't seen much in this season, but I think Larkin, along with Samba, is my man of qualifying.
That's a great lap from Larkin, yeah, that's really good. Chalker's having a decent time as well. He's had a couple of poor efforts. I say poor efforts, it's more been due to bad luck really, but still did well there. But there's your qualifying results. It is ERT Samba on pole position for Red Bull Racing, ahead of Legend for Ferrari, 3rd and 4th in the championship, Legend being 3rd of course. Henry starts in 3rd, currently 6th in the championship. Then it is TXM, XL Larkin, Ryder Dahl, Owen White, Khalifa, Chalkers, Nick rounds out the top 10, so good attempt for Nick there, doing well to get into the top 10 in qualifying. Followed by J. Cole, Mane, The Matter, Konzo, and then Tom Robbo. Konzo and Tom Robbo obviously taking their qualifying penalty, their engine penalty. But a very, very interesting qualifying right there, very close, the gap from 1st to 2nd.
Yep, and top 10 separated by half a second, and Nikita isn't here, so he will not be racing, so I presume he'll have to carry his engine penalty over till next week's race. So yeah, shame that Nikita's not here, but
yeah, I imagine that's what he'll have to do. We'll have to get confirmation of that one, but we'll take a quick moment now for Jamie to run through our fantastic sponsors.
Yep, thank you very much. We are sponsored by Next Level Racing, who are sponsoring our league by providing the prizes for this season. We're also sponsored by Pure Sim Gear, who are sponsoring the league by providing a pair of their sim racing gloves to the driver with the most combined poles and fastest laps during the season. We're also partnered by Verspatine, who are sponsoring our championship prizes, who's supporting our championship prizes. Also ERT, who are partnering us with the ERT Go and Get Stuff Awards and the league trophies, as well as several drivers in this tier. SimGrid, they are providing all the stuff back behind closed doors, the sign-ups, the results, the stewarding, everything is done through SimGrid. So shout out to them, they've been a great partner, and they help with the admin of the league, make calculating the results a lot easier than our previous methods.
Yep, thank you for that. Of course, this would not be possible without all those sponsors. They They help us out a lot here, especially SimGrid. They make things much easier for the admins, and for us it's absolutely well fantastic. Lakitu is having some issues, saying it's still downloaded. We've got the all clear for the ready up. Nick has said ready up, good luck and keep it clean. So that's a real motive there. Of course, if you're unsure what I mean by that is they have to wait for admin confirmation to ready up. It's a chance to give everyone their setups and the like. So it's a very, very good system there. But Jamie, do you have any predictions for this one?
It could be interesting. Could be an interesting race. I fancy Tom to do something special at the back of the grid, but I think Legend may just have to race pace over Samba. So I think Legend will win, but I think Tom will recover to the podium.
A crucial race in the championship, in any motor sporting championship, is the Brazilian Grand Prix. The Brazilian fans being some of Formula One's best. We are here at the Autodromo Jose Carlos Pache, named after one of the winners of the Brazilian Grand Prix. There's been 5 winners of the Brazilian Grand Prix: Fittipaldi, Carlos Pache, Nelson Piquet, the great Ayrton Senna, and Felipe Massa. You'll remember Felipe Massa's win back here in 2008. Any Lewis Hamilton fans will be living in that moment. Any Ferrari fans, maybe not so much, but we are here at the Brazilian Grand Prix. Montana leads the championship, but Montana is not here this evening. This is an iconic race. As we said, it was an iconic race back in 2013. It was the final race of the V8 era, and those who loved a crispy raw F1 engine sound will definitely be missing those. But I have to say, they don't sound too bad with the hybrids. They are getting better for sure. The Honda Crackle sounding absolutely beautiful. The first race around here was in 1973, and in terms of one hub, we have had 28 Grand Prix, excluding tonight, over 12 seasons. It's normally a season finale, but it's not a season finale. It's in the end of the season, you could say. The tyre choices is softs for the top 10 and mediums for the bottom 5. A very standard procedure. It's a 2-stop Grand Prix, around 4.309 kilometre circuit, which is 2.677 miles. We're lining up on the grid to start the iconic Brazilian Grand Prix around Interlagos. It is a fairly dull afternoon here, but I don't think we're getting any rain.
No, the sun should come out a little bit later on, and we also had a bit of a collision now between TXM Larkin and Rydal, so their starts may be a little bit compromised.
Maybe a little bit compromised. Tom Robbo, a man who could do with a win today, hasn't won this season despite being second in the championship, lines us up on the grid as we look on board the Ferrari. 3, 4, 5 red lights. We go racing in Brazil. Look at the launch from Legend on the outside. The Ferrari's going to get a right run down the inside of Samba into the semi-S's for the first time. Samba's going to have to go the long way around the outside, but he's definitely not going to make it work. Such a fast start for Legend. Such a fast start for Henry as well. They're dropping the pack. Khalifa's gone the long way around the outside. He could get 2 done down the Retro Aposta here if he could make it work. Side by side with TXM, it's the long way around. It's probably not going to work. No, he's been forced off the circuit there. Ryder Dahl down 2 spots. He had an even worse start. Was he head into turn number 6? He's not going to be any big moves here. There is from Chalkers. He's done a right send up the inside, almost pushing Ryder Dahl off the circuit. Just leaves enough racing room. That's fantastic stuff by the second Red Bull. The first Red Bull losing his race lead at the start. Owen Wyatt is up 3 spots into 4th. Absolutely marvellous as Ryder Dahl fights back round the outside of the Red Bullman. Chalkers just has enough grip, but Ryder Dahl keeps it stuck here. Great battling for 8th on the opening lap. Ryder Dahl keeps the nose up the inside into Yun Sao, pushes Chalkers onto the curb, and he's had a bit of a slide, just about catching the car. Really great car control by the ERT man. He'll get a bit of a run down towards turn number 1 here, but this is marvellous battling for such a low position on turn number 1. Ryder Dahl is already regenerating energy. That's how much he's used. He's used all of his battery on that opening lap as they took into line and things calmed down. Legend leads the Grand Prix.
Yeah, and fortunate Chalkers in that last little contact. Chalkers picked up a little bit of wing damage, so he's going to suffer in this opening stint. And yeah, perfect start for Legend there. It's a perfect launch up the inside of Center S. Samba tried his best to fight it, but Legend just had the opportunity there, and that's what he needs. He needs to now try and focus, pull a gap, and Tom had a decent start up 4 places, and he's sort of in that midfield. So yeah, decent start by Tom there on the alternate strategy. He'll come into play a bit later on in the race, but yeah, some great racing there. It's a shame for Chalkers to pick up that slight wind damage.
He's picked up wind damage, yeah, he has. It's only 3%, so it's annoying. That's really annoying because it's not going to be that much, but it will still affect the car. You'll definitely see him struggling a little bit here. You will definitely see him struggling as Ryder Dahl's attacking Khalifa.
Yeah, Khalifa's struggling big time. He's a bit vulnerable here. Ryder Dahl's
going to chuck one up the inside. He seems to be very racy today. He's not gone for it. Might go for down towards turn number 4.
DRS in play, I think, down the straight, but he had a bit of a moment in the centre-S that might cost him. But DRS
he comes
battery again. He's
on board the Alfa Romeo. Yeah, there's no stopping that. That's it. Although Khalifa's giving it a good go around the outside. Nah, not going to manage to do that successfully though. Ryder Dahl back up near where he started. He started 6th, so still has to gain, and he's made 2 good moves to try gain. Samba has kept with Legend. Don't worry, there'll be a Samba dancing reference at some point in this race, as Henry has kept right with these 3, but Owen Wyatt once again right on his tail as he's had a bit of a moment there, but he's caught it well. The 2 Aston Martins have not really been separated all season.
No, they've been very close on pace, and Owen's been a bit fortunate with some incidents. I think he should have had some good results, but he's just been a bit unlucky, like safety cars, the incidents.
Oh, here comes Larkin. Larkin's having a go here with the Aston Martin. Up the inside, Larkin set the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, and down into the braking zone goes XL Larkin through turn number 1, now into the centre S's. Larkin leads, but he's had a bit of a moment, so Owen Wyatt could attack this one back. Owen was the big mover on lap 1, but Larkin getting him back now. Owen's just not going to have enough straight line speed here. Larkin getting the DRS as we break for turn number 4. XL Larkin, that's a very, very good move indeed for that Alpine side.
Yeah, up into 4th place and not too far the front runners, and these guys, yeah, as mentioned, these guys should work together and maybe can pull away from the guys behind us. Rydal, Khalifa, sort of battling again, and Khalifa seems to have got a bit of confidence back again. He's in the back of Rydal, and these guys are just losing the front cars as Tom Robbo, he's stuck in this train now, and not really making progress. He's going to wait for these soft guys' tyres to die off, which he will do in the next 2-3 laps, and then he may be able to progress again. As Henry's a bit close to Samba than the previous lap, but look at Owen and TXM. I think TXM, he may fancy moving Owen here.
Yeah, Owen had a great start to the race, but he's really struggling now. The McLaren man is going to go off the inside. He's going to dummy him. And is that going to be successful? Round the outside, late braking into the centre S's. The McLaren Legends corner will not be nice for TXM, as he has to back out, and he's not going to get another run at Owen Wyatt because Owen was able to keep momentum there when the McLaren man could not. So they will have to continue on in a single file, as Henry is probably the quicker of the front 3 here. He's right on the back of Samba. He's keeping with him well through the corners that aren't nice.
Tom's
going from Nick. He's going to try around the outside. That's not going to work too nice, but it's going to be a bit of a switchback as we head into the braking zone. Down the inside goes the Williamsman. You can cut a curb there. He's going to have to try send it round the outside or hope for a switchback. Mercedes probably won't like a bit of deja vu into this corner and overtakes. Of course, Lewis Hamilton picked up a 5-second time penalty for doing what we thought Tom would do there on young Alex Albon. Back in 2019, through Yun Sao, Tom will definitely get the run on Nick now. These medium tyres just not up to temperature yet. This overcast is probably not helping them, as the softs would work better in conditions like these. Samba's going for the lead here. He's right behind Legend, as Chalkers is our first pitter of the day. He's into the pit lane.
Yeah, he's going to get that wind change, I think. A bit of an early stop. And
yeah, if he feels he's struggling, he can go for a different strategy with the mandatory 2-stop. That is allowed, or it works more in one hub. Samba not close enough. Henry right on the back of Samba.
Khalifa's all taking Rydal again for 8th place. These
and Tom has got past Nick finally.
Yep.
Up 6 spots now is Tom on lap number 6 of 36. So he needs to keep pushing and get in that DRS of Ryder Dahl if possible, and then there's another 2 cars there, but this train up the front is now developing.
I was about to say, it's like
nose
to tail.
This
like
could kick off in any moment here, folks. This is running very tight.
Samba. Look how close Henry is to Samba. If Henry gets a good exit here, maybe has the opportunity to pass Samba, but Samba gets a decent exit. One of these guys pit, or do you think they'll just stay in this train?
I really don't know, because it probably doesn't feel too nice through the corner. Samba has got a launch on the race leader of the Ferrari, and he's got to chuck it up the inside as the Red Bullman down the inside into turn number 1. Legend nails his braking to minimise the damage, because he can have a run down the Retroposta here. If he can get the DRS open, he gets it open, he can have a run now. Is it going to be the inside or the outside for the Ferrari? The inside, of course, and can he keep the race lead on lap number 7? He can. Good defensive manoeuvre, technically there for Legend Rosenberg. Lost the lead but gained it back very, very quickly, and no one else could really make moves in that train. Henry was dropped off the back of Samba, who was burning a lot of battery on that occasion. Chalkers is back into the pit lane again, unfortunately.
Yeah. The best thing about Legend there, he didn't use any battery there in defence or attack. He's got 100% battery, so anything, he's saving too much battery, and his battery's in a perfect position as, Chalker's on the hard tyres now, so, just he must have had a mistake again, and,
he must have had a mistake, or he's trying some weird strategy, but he could go a lap down here. No, he's out of the pit lane now. Here comes Samba. Is he going to go for another move down in towards turn 1? Didn't work on the last occasion. He's going to try it again into turn number 1. Samba takes the race lead, but we cannot get too excited yet, because we know Legend did this on the last lap down the Retroposta. Can he do it again? Heading towards turn number 4. We've seen the two Ferraris collide here back in that classic in 2019. Here comes Legend down the inside, and he has a little bit of a wheel bang on Samba, and that's almost sent Samba offline to allow Henry through. That's really the train we're in here, folks. One mistake from one of these guys and this will all kick off as Henry! He's at the back of the Red Bull. Absolute extreme car control to keep his car on the asphalt, and look at TXM. He's trying to capitalise from the slow moving Owen Wyatt due to his teammates' mistakes. That is exceptional driving from Henry, and Owen Wyatt somehow defending this spot. He's got to force TXM round the long way, and that's never going to work through turn number 11. Really excellent stuff there from Henry, though, to catch that car.
Yeah, great car control there, and obviously the two Astons almost came together there, and Larkin's guys benefited. Look at Larkin, he's fighting for the race lead now, and he's looking in a good position as they've got TXM and Owen.
Here comes TXM, the very defensive manoeuvre from Owen Wyatt, but TXM chucks it up the inside. The McLaren man has got that one fairly done. That was really hook, line and sinker for TXM. He got that one sorted. And Samba has learned, and he's going for the race lead into turn number 4. Backs off at the final occasion. Tom Robbo has got past Ryder Dahl, and now next up is this train for the race lead. Tom in a very good spot here, if strategy and luck really is kind to him.
Yeah, he's not that far from the lead on the medium tyres. He's getting these out the way early on, and he's got double softs, so do not count Tom out for this race win. These guys battling, it's going to help him. If these guys keep battling, force you over a track, that'll help Tom even further. So yeah, Tom making good progress through the field, and now he's got his main rivals. He sees main rivals not too far ahead. As Legend's a bit of a moment there coming out of Juncal, and Samba may fancy the opportunity now to take the lead.
Here comes Samba. He's really close on this occasion as they're into the pit lane. Very late into the pit lane for Legend. And look at that train. TXM stays out, so does Henry. And, I don't think that's a bad call, because there's an absolute queue of cars into the pit lane. It's like work hour traffic. You'd think they were going home from the office on 5 o'clock.
Well, the Ferrari's back in the lead still, and I think the positions will stay the same in the pit stops,
Looks like a BP service station right now. All next in the pit lane. They're all going to come out possibly behind Khalifa. Has Khalifa got a mad undercut here? No, I think they're all a bit ahead of that. All too far ahead. But Henry leads ahead of TXM and Tom Robbo, Ryder Dahl, Nick, XLJ Cole, the Matter, Konzo, and the Legend leads this train, which has a few more cars still to slot into it, though, so these guys need to not really battle here. I think that was a good gamble from Henry and TXM.
Henry's had a good lap here. He's pulled away from TXM.
Bit of a slide though. Really big slide on the exit of Yunseo.
He'll be in this lap for sure.
Yeah, he's got to be in this lap.
The undercut is extremely powerful, as in my race I had a 2-lap undercut in the guy. I gained 5 seconds, so yeah, they'll be in
they're
this lap
both in.
sure. They've got to cover it
Tom
off.
Robbo's actually in as well here.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Softs can go a long way.
Here we
Softs
go
can.
then, and I am delighted to announce Ryder Tal leads this race. Ahead of Nick. So that's worked out well, but let's focus on the more important thing at hand. Where do Henry and Tom Robbo come out and TXM come out in relation to this queue for the lead? You can see them heading through the set S's on your mini-map. There's Henry, there's the Ferrari Legend just entering the shot now. This is going to be right close. Here comes Henry, here comes Legend. Henry's out of the pit lane first, but Legend has the straight line speed. Does Henry have the tyres up the temperature? Down towards turn 4, the Aston Martin has got the job done, but Legend keeps it up the outside, which becomes the inside, which unfortunately becomes the outside again, and Legend loses the lead prematurely, or what is technically the race lead. There's a send from Owen Wyatt on Larkin. The Aston Martin is not waiting around on Larkin, and Larkin has said, he goes, you're not getting this spot that easy, and he's got to hold it round the outside. The Alpine has to hang it round the outside. He's almost got it done. He's got the traction. What a defensive manoeuvre from Larkin to hold that one round the outside. And now they enter Yunsao. Larkin still has the spot. Ryder Dahl's picked up a penalty for a speeding in the pit lane. That is, he's broke too late to exit the pit lane. Here comes Samba. He's going for Legend. Legend could drop down to third without the pit stop window, but Legend has just got the straight line speed in the DRS. This is going to be right close for Samba, because as he brakes he had Henry in front of him, and unfortunately the camera shot did not allow us to get a good view of that, but he had to back off. Mistake for Owen Wyatt off the curb. This could allow TXM did not gain anything from that pit stop phase. He still planted behind Owen Wyatt, but look at Tom Robbo on the softs. He's gaining on this train as well, and Legend is struggling a lot more on the mediums than he was on the softs. He's under a lot of pressure from Samba.
Yeah, Samba's all back in. Henry, that's impressed by Henry. Henry overcut 3 cars there.
Yeah, that was crazy.
He came out the pits. He's got the compromised line on not so warm tyres, and he managed to hang it round the inside of Legend Rosenberg. That is so impressive. I was so impressed by Henry. He managed to hang on to lead there, and Henry's had a pretty good lap here. And Henry, if anything, he's starting to pull away, but Legend is still in that DRS range, so he's still vulnerable. But if Henry can get a good exit here, he may be safe.
Here we
Jake
go.
Cole's in the pits.
Jake Cole, the matter, I imagine Mane stayed out, he's carrying on as we cut across to lap number 13. Henry's got a right up launch up the hill. He's running good straight line speed. Jake Cole's gone for the softs, trying something different, and Tom Robbo,
he's in this battle now. So this is fireworks.
Guess who's back, Legend?
Battle for the lead.
Back again. We've a 7-way fight for the Grand Prix lead. Samba tries to get past Legend, but Legend has the help of DRS now. That's not good for Samba.
No, and obviously with this close battle, penalty's going to play a massive factor as well. So nobody's got a penalty yet, but a few guys are on 2 warnings. So you do not want to get a penalty in this situation as Henry.
Down the inside goes Tom Robbo, not waiting around. He's going to hang it round the outside. If he can get the traction nailed here, the Williamsman will have an absolute fantastic move. He's got it done almost down the inside, but we've seen Larkin hold one around the outside. Yeah. TXM didn't have the same grip. Tom Robbo, excellence, absolute precision in the Pinnacle tier, not the precision.
Now. Yeah, that's excellent move there by Tom. He's got to take advantage of these soft tyres. He's got to try, if he can, try and get past these cars and try and pull a gap as Owen Wyatt and
Legends had a right launch up the hill here, and Henry could be under pressure as we head down the Retro Oposta.
Yeah, they're waiting for turn 5, I believe.
I think it's the better overtaken spot than turn number 1, but we'll see here, because these guys all seem to be in a fairly standard line. Legend is not close enough, but Tom Robbo is. Tom Robbo's up the inside once again, and that's now 2 spots in 2 laps, and he could possibly get one more if he gets a good run on Larkin. As Ryder Dahl, unfortunately, now has 8 seconds worth of penalties, which is...
Apparently Henry has the tiniest of front wing damage, 1.1.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's going to really affect his pace. Or if I was him, I wouldn't bother changing my wing. I'd just leave it.
I wouldn't bother changing it. I don't think that's going to affect him.
No, exactly. So if I was him, I'd put the setting to no. As Tom Robbo, he's absolutely flying these softs. He's got 2 cars last 2 laps, and can he get Larkin up the hill?
He could easily get Larkin up the hill. Exeter Unsao has been kind to the Williamsman today. We've seen he's got a fair few runs up it, but Larkin has that DRS and he's burning a bit of his battery, I believe. And Tom Robbo, the more and more moves he makes, the more difficult they are going to get, as Legend is right behind Henry for the race lead. But don't be fooled by Henry leading a race. He has a lot of experience doing it. Here comes Legend down towards turn number 4. Side by side goes the Ferrariman, and he's got the job done. Legend retakes the lead of the Brazilian Grand Prix. But this is by no means over, because Tom Robbo's got past Larkin, and now has to attack Samba. Is he going to go down the inside? He is! He's not waiting around, but he can't get it done there. Samba is... he's not going to be fooled that easy, that's for sure. Here comes Tom Robbo again, though. Right on the back. Samba defends, forces Tom Robbo offline. That could cost him because Larkin just can't get the exit. Tom Robbo is flying on these softs. The Williamsman is absolutely out of his league here. Out of everyone's league, apologies here. The Williamsman has not won a race this season, but... my oh my, this would be a worthy performance. I don't even think we'd need to nominate 2 people for Driver of the Day if he could pull this off. As here comes Henry, not close enough I don't think. Here comes Samba, he's definitely close enough. If he's letting the brakes he might just get it done. No, doesn't risk it. It's because Tom Robbo is too far behind just now. But these guys are definitely going to be battling down towards...
Henry's a bit of a moment.
Corner. Yeah. There goes Legend, breaks this toe. That's what he needs to do if he wants to hold this lead. As Henry swaps him inside out, Henry late on the brakes, somehow gets his Aston Martin Cognizant car stopped. I have no idea how, but he has got it stopped, and he has got it stopped at the perfect time to lead the Brazilian Grand Prix once again. Samba is being very opportunistic here because he was almost looking up the inside. Tom Robbo sees these guys battling and he knows... you know, maybe I don't want to be too crazy here because I'm probably not the craziest one for an overtake in this whole group of cars, as I believe TXM is right with them. I thought he dropped off, but he's right with these lot. And honestly, Ryder Dahl, the way he's going, could possibly catch up too.
Yeah, TXM in 7th place, but it's only 2 seconds off the lead. It's absolutely incredible. This DRS trade is quite epic, as Tom Robbo's dropped off back a little bit. I think Tom Robbo's maybe playing a bit of a long game here. We have seen him do it in the past where he hasn't been the most aggressive driver. It has cost him. It has cost him in past races.
It cost him in Spain and Abu Dhabi, is what we came up to conclusion last week. But he's not been waiting around today. He's been a lot more patient behind Samba than he did everyone else. So, you know, I suppose being up to 4th after starting last in 17 laps probably does something for your ego that definitely boosts it. As he's going to have a run on Samba here. The Red Bullman, he's going to go, no, backs off. And honestly, being timid into that corner is probably the better thing.
Yeah, this reminds me of like a bike race where you just want to position your car at the right possibility to attack at the right moment. You don't want to be at the front too early, but you don't want to be too far back. So these guys are trying to get themselves in a good position. Obviously, the final pit stop will come up in about 3 or 4 laps time. They want to be in a position where they can make a decisive move when their pit stop's happening. As Henry, so this damage isn't really affecting him. So yeah, he's looking good for him. But look at Tom Robb. Look how close he is to Samba now. But Samba's going to get DRS from Legend. So this is the problem with the DRS train. You can't really make progress. That's why Tom's had to do the aggressive moves.
No, Legend lifts off into the braking. If he was a Formula E car, he'd be treating him well.
Gets by right as J. Cole's best the rest.
Oh, Tom Robbo's had a launch. Tom Robbo's had a launch here. Ryder Dahl has spun at the back, but Tom Robbo can invite himself onto the Brazilian Grand Prix podium as we head into the seat of Interlagos. He has just got it done, and he's actually ran a bit wide, but manages to keep all 4 tyres inside the white line. And Tom Robbo, for the first time this afternoon, apart from when obviously he pit after everyone, but for the first time this afternoon on paper, he's up onto the podium positions. And you're saying if this position your car like a bike race, if this ended like a bike race with a 7-car sprint, 7-car wide towards the line, you know, I think we'd hit the peak of league racing, as that's Ryder Dahl again.
Yeah, well, actually in the podium tier today, we had a race won by 5 thousandths of a second, which I think is probably the closest ever finish in one of those. So we may eclipse that tonight. Just stay tuned, everybody, as Tom Robbo now, you can see the leader now, but he doesn't seem to have the greatest of straight line speeds I've noticed. he seems to lose a lot in the straight.
Here comes Legend. Legend down the inside, in towards the Senna S's. The Ferrari-man has got it done. That's a great move, but Henry, if he can get the launch on Legend here, he will retake this one. He will get the DRS. I don't think he's close enough. I think he could be under pressure from Tom Robbo here. No, he just has enough in a straight line. But Legend has got that one done perfectly. And while we head through the slower corners where we're not seeing as much overtaking, I'll get the leader graphic up. If Legend was to pick up a time penalty, he would finish 1 second behind the car in 7th.
Yeah, it's incredible. And,
he wouldn't just drop to 7th. He'd finish a second behind it.
That's incredible. That's absolutely
We have 7 cars within 2.1 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh, I love league racing. I really do.
Yeah. As Henry has 2 warnings, so he's 1 away from penalty. So he's Larkin and Owen.
Ryder's out. This could throw a spanner in the works. It is yellow flags. Is it going to go to safety car? Legend was prepared to pull a bit. Oh, it's called the virtual safety car. Oh, Larkin's got in. Larkin has just got in. And so was Owen Wyatt. Really close margins. So is TXM, J. Cole, Khalifa.
Timing for you.
And there we go. That's how close they all were. And now the Matter's up to 5th.
Yeah, fair play. And
now we have a different race on our hands. I know I do that really over-exaggerated sentence every week, but...
Yeah.
16 laps to go. That's going to be a stretch on softs. That's going to be a real stretch on softs.
Yeah, that is. I think Owen might be in the pound seat here, but he's going to be on mediums. He might be a bit defenceless, but Owen may be in the lead in the last few laps, as Larkin's really got to manage these tyres. He's got to just try and, as Matt gets a try through penalty. Oh,
Matt.
Tom
Robbo sent it on the restart, heading into the turn number 11. He's gone round the long way around the outside, and the Williamsman, is that Henry? Yes, it is, because Tom Robbo has just repeated that famous 2008 move around the outside into Yun Sao. Tom Robbo now could lead this race by the time we get to turn 1, and he is. He absolutely is. Look at the launch Tom Robbo has on Legend, and Tom Robbo from 15th on the grid leads the ERT Interlagos Brazilian Grand Prix.
And he has a great run through the Senna S's.
He's had a brilliant run through the Senna S's. He's going to struggle to pull away. But this is absolutely marvellous stuff from Tom Robbo. He's really put on a show for us, has everyone, and that his Chalkers gone on the back. He's did 12 laps on those hards, and that's very unlucky for Chalkers. He's had another bad race, but I don't even know if this one was really his fault, because he got damage.
No, he's on the hard. No, exactly. It was unfortunate because he had a great battle, and it's a bit of weight. Just at the end, he was on the curb and And obviously, he was hoping for a safety car that crashed, and it wasn't. He's very close to being lapped. So even if a safety car does come out, he probably will be in trouble. He probably won't help him. Safety car gets slapped anyway. But as Larkin is 13 seconds behind the race leader, as Legend gets a bit sideways, and so did Henry. These guys are struggling now. As Legend's still in the DRS to Tom Robbo. Tom Robbo hasn't broken it, so he's going to be vulnerable.
And there goes Chalkers.
Chalkers retiring the pits. That's the correct decision to do. And Legend, if he can get it, but we've seen the last lap shot, Tom Robbo got great exit through the Senna S. And them soft tyres still superior just, but Legend's a bit closer this time. He's not going to be in a position to overtake, but Tom Robbo can't break DRS, so he's going to have to. These guys will be in the pits very shortly, I think. So, we've got a position where Larkin's going to have a big lead, but on tyres, which will be dying. So this race, just any of these 7 guys can win.
Any of the 7 can. Just a reminder for any new viewers, you have to make 2 pit stops. So all the guys who have not made their second pit stop just yet, it's on screen for you now. It's everyone down to the Matter. They still have to make a mandatory pit stop. That's the way it works here. You have to do 2 pit stops, meaning at some point in this race, Larkin will be your race leader, unless obviously he spins and crashes. But I hope he doesn't, because he's had a great race weekend so far. Obviously it's all on a Friday evening, but it is still technically a race weekend.
I think Tom Robb was in.
Tom Robb was in. So he's led the race. He's gone, a bit bored now, I want to do a few more overtakes. And he's come into the pit lane. Will it be a set of softs to the end? I imagine it is. I can't see him doing anything different.
The end now.
Oh, Matt's been disqualified from the race for ignoring his drive-through penalty.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not very good. That really is not good. As Tom Robbo has gone with the softs, and so is Samba.
Yeah, no surprise there. When Larkin's on 2 that older, so...
Did Samba not pit under the VSC? No, he didn't. No, he didn't. So Samba wasn't in the front train. Oh, TXM's gone for Owen Wyatt. TXM has got the job done on Owen Wyatt. Very good move there. Tom Robbo's right behind these two, so if these two start battling, that'll allow Tom Robbo fairly fast. But Owen Wyatt cannot get a run. As now, we're very separated. It's only 2 cars in between a second. As XL Larkin is 10 seconds behind the 2 non-pitters in the form of Legend and Henry.
And Samba is 8 seconds off Larkin. That is going to be quite a gap to close down, I think. That is... But Larkin will be on quite old tyres as the front
Top 2 are in.
Yeah, no surprise there.
It's going to be soft to the end easily, and they'll be in a bit better condition of Larkin by the end of the race. But, you know...
Tom Robbo's got a run.
Tom Robbo is going to definitely make the move on Owen White here. He could go for both of them if he's brave. Here comes Tom Robbo. He is going to go for both of them. The Williamsburg, we're 3 wide into the braking zone for turn number 1 of the Senna S's. And just like the great Ayrton Senna would absolutely love, Tom Robbo has made the move on 2 cars into 1. Excellent driving from Tom Robbo as TXM is going to send it on Owen Wyatt in the McLaren and somehow not making contact, somehow being exceptionally clean this Grand Prix has, apart from that VSC. But XL Larkin leads from Tom Robbo, Owen Wyatt, TXM, J. Cole Samba, and Legend now is down to 7th.
Yeah. Leading the race for quite a long time now. He's down in 7th place. They should clear J. Cole quite easily, but J. Cole can do a job for his teammate here. If he can hold these guys back a little bit longer, then he can maybe help us. But Tom Robbo, I think Tom Robbo can catch Larkin. I think Tom Robbo, if I was called winner now, I think Tom Robbo is going to win the race. I think
Tom Robbo is going to win the race as well, but I'm not going to say that too loud, because that could be the largest commentator's curse in my very short one-hub career. But there goes the fastest lap for the Williams one. Here comes J. Cole. Sorry, here comes TXM as well. He's chucked it. And there goes Samba. He's chucked it on both of them. This is a dangerous move. That curb can spin you around very easy. And Samba's now going to get the run on TXM. The pole sitter now is alongside TXM. He's going to go down the inside here. And we're almost 3 wide. As there goes Legend. A big optimistic send. Pushes J. Cole off the circuit. That might be looked at by our race stewards. But Legend has got the job done in a very late send. And chaos is now starting to kick off just a little bit here in Brazil, in Sao Paulo.
Mane has binned it in the centre S's, but be no safety car, no VSC. I don't think that.
No, I don't think so. Legend's going to go for TXM. Legend's going to go for TXM. He's gone down the inside. We can not really keep up here with all the stuff. Is he going to get the traction on TXM? TXM still on fairly fresh tyres, and Legend almost gone off the circuit. He's going to have to go around the outside through Yunsao, backs off in just the right place to get the run on TXM, because Samba is clear up the road and it's a clean run on Owen Wyatt as we head up the hill. The Honda machine is absolutely going to soar past the green Red Bull, as it's been called this year, but he's absolutely got that move done. Henry's past J. Cole really struggling, and Legend has just got past TXM round the outside, as that is Khalifa got past J. Cole as well.
Yeah, J. Cole the half spin there, managed to give it up as
Henry gone up the inside of TXM now. These soft tyres are so much better than these mediums, and there's overtakes left, right and centre. I think we do get an overtake count at the end of this race. There's certainly going to be a lot of them, because J. Cole is fighting back on Khalifa, and you know, Legend and Henry might just catch up to the leaders at the end of this race if they start battling, but I have to say, Larkin's doing an exceptional job so far.
Yeah, he's doing a good job managing tyres. Yeah, it looks like their mediums were a mistake on the VSC, unless Larkin has like a punch towards the end. But yeah, just the mediums aren't quick enough. They're just not a quick enough tyre. They're over second.
Here comes Legend. Legend's got to run on Owen Wyatt now.
Easy overtake here.
Yeah, around the outside as well. He wants to hold his race in line, but Owen Wyatt made it a lot more difficult than you would have thought, to be fair to him. And now Legend just needs to push to get into ERT Samba's DOS. As he's already in it, so That answers that question. Henry, is there going to be some team orders from Aston Martin here? Yeah. Owen White's definitely lifted off there to let Henry through. That's a good call from Aston Martin. Very, very good call there to let Henry through and let him charge after Legend and Samba. And I've got to say, Larkin is doing a much better job than I originally thought, because Tom Robbo right now has not actually gained on this lap. He's gaining now through this part of the track, so that much must be where he is quick. We're on 27 out of 36, and I have to say, I have a feeling this is only going to get better. We say every week that, this race won't be topped, and it's topped absolutely every time, but when I say it, I don't think this is going to be topped.
No, it's that VSC.
Watch, it'll be instantly topped next week, but sure, look.
Yeah, that VSC broke that train up, and it's meant the guys had to come out and fight. And yeah, Larkin did an impressive job as Larkin that lap did a 109.1. What can Tom Over do? Tom Over only gained 3 tenths that lap, so if Larkin keeps his pace up, then he may just hang on. I think Samba is gaining, but I think, yeah, if Larkin just keep the tyres together, he may just hang on. But I think Tomo may just have him. But he's got Khalifa on TXM. These beam tyres are not working at all.
No, they're really not. Here comes Khalifa. He's going to chuck it up the inside. Yeah, TXM not even... he is defending at this point. I was going to say, he's not really defending because he looked like he was lifting off, but he's making things hard for Khalifa here. The Mercedes-man's going to go around the outside, and this is going to be very, very brave if he can stick it. But no, that's just not going to work. There's just not enough track space to hold that round the outside. And Khalifa being taunted by TXM, probably saying, come on, try again next time. He will certainly have to do it, as Legend is right on the back of Samba. Tom Robbo's gained a lot more on this lap on XL Larkin. Larkin is probably just starting to struggle a little bit, but still at a good spot overall, because Samba is 2.4 behind.
Looking good for possibly a podium for Larkin if he can hang on together. I think Tom Robbo will eventually get him, but I think the podium's definitely a possibility, especially if these guys, Samba, Legend, Henry, fight and lose time. So yeah, that gamble on the softs is working out for him. As a good
there goes Khalifa. He's past TXM now, and J. Cole, I'm sure, will follow suit fairly quickly.
Yeah, there's
As Nick has picked up a 3-second time penalty. We haven't really mentioned Nick and Conzo this race.
No.
It's just unlucky, but... Just imagine if Montana was here as well. We would have an 8-car fight for the race lead.
Yeah, incredible.
Because it's bound Montana would have been in the battle for the race lead. He always is.
Yeah, Montana might have been 2-3 seconds up the road, but
yeah, probably. But
you never know. But
I still can't believe we'd 7 cars within 2 seconds at one point in this race.
No,
and it's like okay, you get 7 cars within 2 seconds on lap 1, but this was on like lap 18.
Yeah.
Right. Let's stop looking at the past and look at now, because Legend is right behind Samba and might just have a go here into turn number 4 or turn number 1. He's very close. He's not burning his ERS though, and these two are gaining slowly but surely on Tom Robbo, who is gaining on Larkin. Oh no, Larkin! No,
it's going to cost him.
Oh, that's really going to cost
him. A lot of places. Costing about 4 or 5 places.
That's really going to cost them. Here comes Legend past Samba. That's a terrible, terrible view by the race directors, but Legend has got the job done into turn number 4, and Henry could have a look too, but Samba will have that DRS to help him now.
Yeah, cause the 3 cars directly behind Larkin have only got the 1 warning, so...
And Tom Robbo's in DRS now as well.
Yeah, Tom Robbo... It's inevitable, this, I think.
If Larkin doesn't like Tom Robbo, I don't know their relationship, but he could back him up.
They can work together. Yeah, if he can get by and he can hang on DRS, then he may.
Yeah, he could either back him up and totally screw his race, or he could stick on the back of him and help them both.
Yeah.
Who knows? Will we see them in the rivalry section next week? We haven't even had time to talk about the interviews. That's how crazy this race weekend has been. But Tom Robbo, I think, is going to have a fairly straightforward move, as Samba has got back past Legend. These two are losing time.
Yeah, Tom's on his
here comes Tom. This was inevitable. Tom Robbo will take the lead from 15th on the grid. Oh, Larkin's just touched the back of him as I've completely dropped my controller. I apologise for that noise. But Larkin is down to 2nd now. Has he picked up damage? We'll have to see.
No, he's fine. Yeah, he didn't really fight that, and I think he maybe I don't think he really fought that, to be fair. I think he may just have misjudged where Tom's car was and he overtaken. So yeah. Larkin is at the moment he's going to drop to 5th place, so it's still be a good result for him. But I think it'd be good if he picked up that penalty.
He could get it removed. He could have been pushed off track at some point. Maybe
You never know.
clutching
Yeah,
at
you never
straws,
know.
possibly, but we'll have to wait and see because it's now 1.7 between Legend. But Larkin's got DRS on this
Still
occasion,
DRS, yeah.
so he'll get it on the
Even
next one as
Barry's-
well because he's only going to gain.
Yeah. So
And
there's
really,
Samba's got
Legend
good
needs to
Legend here.
absolutely pounce, but Samba is going to get him straight back into turn number 1, and these two need to stop focusing on each other and focus on the task at hand, and that is getting up to Tom Robbo to try and win this race, because really, they all deserve to be in a fight for the win. Tom Robbo has just had exceptional pace. As here comes Legend.
J. Cole.
Not close enough.
Cleveland. J. Cole and Cleveland, TXM all fighting for his good racing down the field, you have to say. As J.
Yeah,
Cole thinks
TXM
about the
and TXM was with the front crew, but he's just dropped off since pitting for those
Yeah, these
mediums. It's
mediums
unfortunate for
just
the
haven't
McLaren,
worked.
it really is,
That-
but
Yeah, it wasn't the right tyre. Even if Larkin loses a bit of time at the end, even Larkin's tyre drop up last 2 or 3 laps, it's still the right to go on the softs, then mediums. Unless they used the mediums in qualifying to have a fresh set, maybe that's why they had to go on the softs.
a lot of people did use the
Because
mediums in qualifying, so that's definitely a possibility. As we head through Yun Sao, the gap from Samba to Tom is 3 seconds. Keep an eye on that. We'll keep the leader graphic up. We will be keeping an eye on that. Larkin, no DRS this time. He's only going to be swallowed in by these guys. Samba's disconnected!
Yep.
Oh no! It's awful for the Red Bull man.
I saw he was desyncing on down the straight, and that's disappointing. You've got to try and join as quick as possible. Try not to lose too much time.
Get back in here, Samba. He's 4th in the championship, and he was in a great place to pick up a few points. Hopefully, he can get in and stay in 5th. But this now gives Legend and Henry a free run to Larkin and to Tom Robbo. But Tom is absolutely pushing to the maximum.
Yeah, I think these guys will probably get Larkin, but Tom Robbo, I think, has got it covered. And as long as Tom Robbo doesn't do anything stupid, Henry's got to be careful because he's on 2 warnings, so he's got to be careful he doesn't pick another corner cut penalty. That might cost him a chat opportunity and maybe getting a podium here. So Henry's got to keep it within the white lines, but he's got to try and get by Legend as well. It's a difficult balancing act for Henry here.
Yeah, as Legend has lost time to Tom Robbo on this lap because obviously, and they're only going to lose more because they don't have DRS. Or does Legend? No, he doesn't have DRS, so that is the issue there. Fastest lap of the race goes to Tom Robbo, so we said he could do it, picking up 21 points. He
AI's
absolutely
pitted
is.
as well.
Oh
Samba's-
no! Oh, Samba.
This race ruined.
That's
He jumped
possibly
back
his
and field
season
now.
ruined.
Yeah,
That's it.
it's put him.
It's going to give Nick some points, some more points.
Yeah, it's put him on 13 lap old mediums as well. So
Oh,
he went out.
poor
As
Samba.
Henry and Legend were side by side there, so it ends up for Henry and Legend were side by side into, and Henry Legend just about holds on.
We missed that. We were sympathising over Samba. But that's so unlucky.
I think
so
Legend's in the
unlucky.
DRS of Larkin. Now Larkin is starting to struggle, I think, on these softs.
Yeah, I think he is, unfortunately. But
But it's a good effort for him, though.
it's a great effort. If he didn't have that penalty, he could have definitely still been on for a podium. But it's unfortunate. But the thing is, with Samba dropping, is it's one less position lost for
Yeah,
Larkin.
he
So
gets 4th, which would be a good result. And if you never know, if Henry picks up another penalty and can't get by, he may still get the podium. It's not over for him yet. He's got to try.
it's not over. But here comes Legend. He's not close enough on this occasion, but he definitely will be down the Reto Posta. So we'll have to wait and see. We have 2 laps to go here in this Brazilian Grand Prix, and it's not the spectacle we thought it would be at the end of this Grand Prix. But here comes Legend, the Dutchman. The Alpine is all its battery burned. He's less than 10%. It's going to have to be now or never for Legend as he sends it up the inside of Larkin. Larkin's turned into the corner, and Legend pushes him off the circuit. But I have to say, I think that was only fair juice to Larkin because he turned in way too early for that corner, and Legend just leads ahead. But Larkin is trying to sneak it up the inside, and that's absolute
Wow.
suicidal stuff. But Larkin has defended it.
Impressive.
This is a great battle. Larkin, absolutely.
Oh,
Oh, he's
Legends.
off. Oh, he's off.
Oh, this collision there. That may. I don't know what to make of that.
I don't know either. I'm not going to comment
That'll
on
be
that.
the stewards, I think, for sure. But I don't know what. I'm not a steward. So we've got a spinner. J. Cole spun it so bad.
Oh, it's
bad 10
TXM
seconds there.
as well. And
Yeah,
J. Cole.
bad- Yeah, they come together. A bad 10 seconds there for the...
Here comes Henry, though. Henry's got the run on Legend. And it's got to be the final lap of the Grand Prix as well, as they're side by side down towards the centre S's.
Henry's through, and that's bad news for Legend in the championship. He needs all the points he can. Henry's not winning the title fight, and Nick gets a 5-second penalty for ignoring yellow flags. That might get removed because he was avoiding 2 cars that are stationary, I think. But
Henry's going to get second here. Henry's absolutely going to get second. It's going to be a drag race to the line, possibly. Who has the more ERS? We'll get the telemetry on screen for you now. It's Henry. So Henry could easily get second spot here. He's got it on the final lap. And we definitely know who the winner is once he doesn't make a mistake. But Legend might have lost second as well due to that battle with Larkin.
Yeah, and then Wyatt's going to be up to 4th place. So he's made the best of it after that unfortunate, after that run tired decision. But yeah, it was Tom Robbo who's going to round the final corner.
Tom Robbo rounds the final corner. What an absolute performance from 15th on the grid to win. It's the second time a Williams did that season, and just like a certain man who was born not far from here and drove a Williams at one point in Senna, his legacies lived on this evening because Tom Robbo wins one of the classics in one-up. Legend wasn't even close in the end to Henry. Larkin is side by side with Owen Wyatt. Owen Wyatt's got him at the line. He'll get 4th. Khalifa, I think, will get 5th. Khalifa will get 6th. Nick is going to come home 7th for a best result of the... Oh, no, apologies, I think he beat it in Spain, but he will get 7th. That 5 seconds will be removed. J. Cole will come home 7th, but it will be 8th, and Samba, unfortunately, it's 9th. Konzo 10th and TXM 11th. They pick up points, but Tom Robbo picks up 21 and maximum with a first race win of the season. And now, Claus very, very close to his teammate in the championship. 7 points separate Tom Robbo and NXS. Oh no, he's beaten it!
Konzo, he's in the top 10, so Konzo, there's only 20 points for Tom, which would mean he'd be on 99.
99, so it's 8 points separates them.
Yeah. Konzo just nicking a fast lap then, obviously pitting, obviously had damage, and he's stepped in the top 10 because a few DNFs, and that point might be crucial coming in the season, you never know.
We will have to wait and see, but Tom Robbo wins in Brazil, his first race win of the season. It was 21 points, but now it's 20.
He'll still take it though. I think he'll still take it. I think he'll still be happy.
Seemingly J. Cole and TXM didn't actually crash. They both had the exact same spin on the same corner.
Oh god.
But there is
that's unfortunate.
There is your full race results. Tom Robbo not representing the brothers in Cameroon today. He wins ahead of Henry in 2nd, and Legend rounds off the podium. Owen Wyatt in 4th, Larkin 5th, Khalifa 6th, J. Cole 7th, Nick 8th, Samba 9th, Konzo 10th, TXM 11th, Mane 12th, The Matter 13th, Chalkers 14th, and Ryder Dahl 15th, the bottom 3 being DNFs. Of course, we have to nominate a driver of the day, and well, you're never going to guess who the first one is. It's Tom Robbo, quite obviously, and we got to ask him a question. That's how we do things here, and also going to be a simple question. Very into the simple questions, seemingly, when presenting these, but just going to be, how did you do it? How did you come from the back of the grid to win?
Yeah, good question, and as I mentioned there, Konzo got fast lap just by a couple of hundredths, but I know he had that mincing last of 2 laps to go, but I'm going to go with Larkin because I think he had a good qualifying, he had a good race, good pace, and he did that gamble on the softs, and it was looking so good until 2 or 3 laps to go, and I'm not sure if it was his fault at the end, I'm not sure, but he fought hard against the drivers on fresher tyres. I'm going to ask him, you must be disappointed after being so close to the podium. What made you go on soft in that VSC, and did you think you could get into the end?
An absolute cracker of a Grand Prix once again, and our standards are so high for these now, but like next week we're going to have all 20 cars battling for first through the final corner. I think that's possibly the only way we beat it, but any final thoughts, Jamie?
Yeah, it's just a random race off that 7-way DRS train for the lead, and that VSC, played into. I think it just played into Tom Robble's hands beautifully because it meant them guys behind they came in the pit. So you have to build the VSC around the pit window, and Tom Robble, it's just the almost perfect day. And well, these Williams guys, I don't know if they work well together, but I think these last 3 races they're gonna be. I think that wall will be coming up. I think it's now gonna be war between them 2 drivers, and they're gonna fight to the end. Of the constructors are secured, so we may see some fireworks between Montana and Tom Robbo in these last final 3 races of the season.
Thank you all for tuning in, folks. That was absolutely outstanding. You can join us next week at the same time. We'll be on YouTube over there, but you do not want to miss any race here in this Pinnacle Tier. It is one of the best races on League Racing. Stay safe, stay well, and we'll see you next time.